Welcome back to the channel, besties. Today is Thursday, a beautiful day outside, but honestly, I haven't seen the sun because I have been glued to my screen for absolutely losing my mind over what just went down. Grab a snack, grab your emotional support, water bottle, and buckle up because we have so much to unpack and I am literally vibrating with excitement. Let's get into it. Oh my God, I'm screaming. I literally cannot even deal right now. Okay, but listen to me. I was sitting on my couch, literally just eating my dinner. It was just some leftover pasta. Nothing special. And I swear to you, I actually choked on a noodle and had to pause the TV because my jaw dropped straight to the floor. My phone fell off the couch. I am shaking, typing this out right now. My hands are literally trembling. You guys know I get way too invested in these people, but this is beyond anything I could have ever predicted. This is literally the most insane thing General Hospital has done in years. And don't even get me started on the absolute audacity of these writers. I'm dead. I'm actually deceased. I need a minute to breathe, but I can't even take a breath because the drama is just too much. So, okay, let me back up because I'm getting ahead of myself and my brain is just going a million miles an hour. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever. Anyway, so, Jocelyn has been locked up in that creepy Wyndemere cell, right? Which is insane, by the way. Like, how does this keep happening to these poor people? I swear Wyndemere has more secret dungeons than a literal medieval castle. It's so unhinged. The zoning laws in Port Charles must be non-existent, because how are there so many underground prisons? So she's in there and she finds this message on the wall from Anna Devane, iconic. Anna Devane is literally a legend. And the fact that she left behind these little makeshift weapons tucked away for whoever might need them next, I can't breathe. It's giving Ultimate Spy Master, it's giving MacGyver, but make it high fashion daytime drama. Jocelyn is sitting there, probably terrified, but also channeling her absolute inner Carly. And she decides she's not just going to wait around to be rescued by some knight in shining armor. She is taking matters into her own hands. We love a proactive queen. Oh wait, before that happened actually, I forgot to mention earlier, but she literally ambushed Cassius fake Nathan West. I was yelling at my screen. HIT him, Joss at him, and she uses the weapons, she hits him with a chair. It's so chaotic and so satisfying. But okay, back to the main point. Where was I? Right. So she gets out of her immediate cell. She's sneaking around the dark, damp corridors of Wyndemere. She has these makeshift tools from Anna, and she decides to start picking the lock of the cell right next door to hers. Why, I honestly don't know. Maybe she thought it was an exit, or maybe she's just being nosy. Honestly, if I was escaping a dungeon, I wouldn't be opening other doors, I would be running for the hills. But Jocelyn is built different, I swear. So she's picking the lock, it's taking forever, the suspense is literally killing me. I'm biting my nails down to the quick. I'm texting my friend in all caps like, what is behind the door? Is it a monster? And the lock finally clicks. She pushes the heavy metal door open and it creaks. You know, that dramatic, heavy soap opera creak. Yes, that exact one. The lighting in the room is terrible, obviously, because Jen Sidwell apparently doesn't believe in paying the electric bill for his secret hostage dungeons. The audacity of this man to be a billionaire and not even provide decent ambient lighting. She steps inside and there's this figure slumped in the shadows. At first my mind is racing. I'm thinking, is it Britt? Is it Rocco? Because we know they're missing too and Britt has been on the run, but no. The camera pans up, the dim light hits his face, and I literally screamed so loud my dog started barking. It is Spencer Cassadine. I repeat, Spencer freaking Cassadine. I screamed, I literally fell off my couch. Spencer is alive. He is literally chained up in this cell, looking absolutely exhausted, beaten down, like he's been through actual hell and back. I am crying. I am actually crying real. Salty tears into my pasta. We all thought he was dead. The whole town of Port Charles thought he was dead. Trina has been mourning him. The funeral, the tears, the absolute heartbreak, it was all for nothing because this poor, sweet boy has been rotting in a Wyndemere dungeon this whole entire time. I can't even process this. My brain is short-circuiting. I need a medical professional to check my vitals because my heart rate is off the charts. And why is he there? Why is he chained up like an animal? Because Jen Sidwell is the most unhinged, diabolical, sickening villain to ever walk the streets of Port Charles. I honestly hate him so much. Like, he's a real person who personally keyed my car or something. Sidwell kept Spencer alive as his ultimate trump card, his ace in the hole. He's planning to use Spencer to blackmail the entire Cassadine family. The absolute audacity to fake a young man's death, to let his family and the love of his life grieve him. just to hold him hostage for leverage makes me sick to my stomach. I'm so mad. I want to jump through the television screen and fight Sidwell myself. He needs to get it together, I swear. He is crossing lines that should not be crossed, and I am calling it now. This is going to end badly for him. Mark my words. Okay, let me catch my breath. Where was I? Right, so Jocelyn is standing there in the cell, staring at Spencer. And they are both just in pure, unadulterated shock. Spencer looks like he thinks he's hallucinating. Jocelyn looks like she's seen a ghost, which honestly, she kind of has. But they don't even have time to process it. They don't even get a moment to hug or cry because guess who is coming down the hall? Cash's fake, Nathan. He's recovering from Jocelyn's epic chair attack and he is on the prowl looking for her. Jocelyn almost gets caught. I was holding my breath. I literally stopped breathing for a solid minute. She has to press herself against the cold stone wall in the shadows. And Spencer has to pretend he's just lying there unconscious. The tension was so thick you could cut it with a literal chainsaw. If Cassius had looked just 2 inches to the left, it would have been game over. Over. We would have lost them both. I was gripping my throw pillow so hard it almost ripped. But by some miracle, Cassius walks past the door. The sheer luck of it all, I was sweating. Once the coast is clear, Jocelyn and Spencer have this moment. And you guys know their history is so messy. They have not always seen eye to eye. They've had their beef, their drama, their petty high school arguments that carried over into adulthood. But in this moment, in the dark, damp bowels of Wyndemere, none of that matters. They look at each other, and it's just this unspoken agreement. We are getting out of here or we are dying trying. They quickly push aside all their old arguments. It's actually kind of beautiful, like trauma bonding at its absolute finest. Jocelyn is helping him with his chains using Anna's little makeshift tools. And Spencer is just looking at her like she's his guardian angel descending from the heavens. I ship them as besties now, I really do. The character growth is astounding. She manages to pick the locks on his cuffs, and he slumps forward into her arms. But guys, Spencer is in bad shape. He is so exhausted he can barely stand up straight. His injuries look severe. And I'm looking at him limping, and I'm just like, somebody, get this, boy, a doctor, a warm blanket, and a hot meal immediately. They have to navigate the secret tunnels of Wyndemere to get out. And let me tell you, I would rather do literally anything else than go into those tunnels. It's dark, it's damp. There are probably spiders and rats. I hate rats. I once saw a rat in the subway, and I literally cried and took a taxi home. So I can't even imagine being in a secret dungeon tunnel with them, but they are pushing through. The escape through the tunnels is agonizingly slow. Every single step Spencer takes looks like it causes him so much physical agony. Jocelyn is practically carrying him at points, throwing his arm over her shoulder and dragging him forward. She is such a badass. I am officially a Jocelyn Jack stan, I don't care what anyone says. And the whole time, this massive terrifying threat is hanging over them. Sidwell had explicitly said that if anyone tries to escape, he will make sure they never see the sun again. That is so dark. That is literally a direct death threat. So this isn't just a casual sneak out. This is a literal death race. If Sidwell's men catch them in those tunnels, they are going to be executed on the spot. Mark my words, Sidwell would not hesitate to pull the trigger. He is a monster. I keep pausing the episode to just pace around my living room because my anxiety is through the roof. I am so stressed out for these fictional characters, it is actually concerning. Jocelyn is whispering encouragements to Spencer, telling him he has to keep moving, telling him he can't give up. And then she brings up Trina. Oh my god, Trina. When Spencer hears Trina's name, you can literally see the life come back into his dull eyes. He's fighting for her. He is pushing through the excruciating pain because he knows Trina's out there in Port Charles thinking he's dead and buried. It is so dramatic and romantic and tragic all at once. I am a mess. I need a whole box of tissues. The way his face changed when she said Trina's name. Give the actor an Emmy right now. Give them all the awards. They are dodging guards, hiding behind ancient stone pillars, holding their breath as flashlights sweep past them in the dark. It's like a horror movie, but worse because I care about these people. At one point, Spencer stumbles and his foot kicks a loose rock. It echoes through the tunnel. Clack, 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 I screamed. I literally yelled no at the TV. I thought it was over. I thought Sidwell's goons were going to swarm them. But somehow, by the grace of the soap opera gods, and a very conveniently timed gust of wind or something the guards don't notice, they keep moving step by agonizing step. And then they finally see it. A sliver of moonlight. The exit, the outside world. They burst out into the cool night air, and I swear I felt the fresh air in my own living room. I took a massive deep breath. They made it. They actually made it out of Wyndemere. I was cheering. I was clapping. My dog was looking at me like I had lost my mind. But they know they aren't safe yet. Not by a long shot. They can't just go to the police because who even knows who is on Sidwell's payroll at this point? Detective Joe Fitzpatrick is already acting super shady, and the PCPD is basically a sieve for information. If they go to the cops, Sidwell will know in 5 minutes and they'll be dead. So where do they go? Who do they turn to when the whole world is against them? Sonny Corinthos. Yes, the mob boss with a heart of gold sometimes when he's not having a manic episode. Jocelyn knows Sonny is the only one with the power, the resources, the muscle, and the absolute ruthlessness to handle a threat like Jen Sidwell. They make a beeline for Port Charles, sneaking onto a launch or a ferry or whatever, and they head straight for Sonny's place. Imagine Sonny's face. Just imagine it for a second. He's sitting there in his dim office, probably drinking expensive whiskey and brooding over Rocco and Britt being missing, stressing out over Dante and Lulu. And suddenly his stepdaughter bursts through the door, supporting a very battered, very alive Spencer Cassadine. Sonny's jaw must have hit the floor, just like mine did. Jocelyn spills the entire truth right then and there. She tells him everything about the cell, Anna's weapons, Sidwell's insane blackmail plot to control the Cassadines, the death threats, the tunnels, everything. And you just know Sonny's eyes got super dark. You know that look he gets right before he destroys someone's entire life. Yeah, that look